Hello and welcome to WorthReviewing. Today I'll be showing you the Ford Focus ST Line X 2019. During my review I'll be showing you what my granddad thinks of it, what my family think of it, and how it stops an unknown man tries to steal the car. But first, I'll show you how practical and comfortable it is, and most importantly, what it's like to drive.
So here it is, the new Ford Focus. It certainly looks good. Let's find out what it's really like.
First impressions of the Focus, the front end's very aggressive, got the full badge which is flush and nice with the bumper. We think the dark headlights that go really well with the magnetic grey paintwork. Coming down the front of the bumper, we think the coring bits here which go really well around the cornering of fog lights. Coming to the side, we've got nice 18-inch alloy wheels wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 3 tyres which are extra grippy, and inside them you'll find red painted calipers. Coming to the front quarter panels, you've got ST Line badges on either side, and running on the sides you get nice sporty looking side skirts. Coming to the back of the car, we've got a nice big spoiler. We then got the focus setting which is nice and central, not just about to the side. We then got the 20 exhaust pipe tips and a nice rear diffuser which looks quite sporty. And the same as well as on the front, we have the red painted calipers on the inside. Not bad. As you open the tailgate, we've got a reasonable sized boot space. Take off the rear carpet, we've got a standard space level wheel. With the B&O premium sound system, you get a subwoofer instead. I know what I'd rather have. Open the rear doors and bring down the rear seats. You get an even bigger boot space. Wait, let me show you how big this boot really is.
So this is a family car, right? One of the main things people move these days in the back of cars is fridges, I think. So, can you fit a fridge in the back of the Focus? Yes. Yes you can. In the back of the car you'll notice fancy door trims and rear seats all fitted with ISO fixings. You have a good amount of leg room and netting in the back of the front seats which are capable of holding books or even tablets quite securely. Coming to the front of the car you'll also notice red stitching on the front door trims as well as on the partial leather seats. At the front centre you'll see mostly black materials with a few red and chrome elements giving it more of a sporty feel. Running along the dash is a carbon fibre effect trim. Sitting on top of it is an 18-inch touchscreen fitted with Ford Sync 3. A great feature on this screen is when reversing the car, not only do you get a good quality picture, but you also get a 180-degree angle and you can zoom in and out by touching the icon shown. You get the basic features of course, which are front and rear electric windows, folding mirrors and central locking. You also have headlights and adjustable screen brightness. Running along the right hand side of the gear stick is the Eco Stop Start button, traction control and different driving modes. To the other side of the gear stick you'll find a pilot parking and parking aid. Further back is electronic finger brake and the emergency brake assist. Below the centre screen is the dual climate control, which most importantly has heated seats and do get really hot. A heated steering wheel is available at an extra cost. And finally just below is a 12-volt socket, USB slot, some storage space and wireless charging. As a whole the interior is rather nice, not too plasticky and looks quite smart. The dash isn't overcomplicated and the media system is easy to use. Now let's jump in and see what it's like to drive.
Right, the nice thing I've got with this Focus, with any really modern day car, is sport mode. So I press this, normal, eco and sport, and honestly you can have fun with this car. You would never think, well, it's just a family car, it's just another car, and although it just might look sporty from the outside, on the inside it's also great. The gears are smooth, the gears are nice and smooth, they're not too long, the gear knob it's nice and circular, it doesn't stab into your hand when you go into next gear. I mean I'm doing 60 here, it's smooth. You could say it feels more like 50, it's a smooth ride, it's comfortable. There's not a lot really to say bad about this car for what it is. If I'm honest with you, the last 2 weeks of driving this car in the review, 3 people have said to me that I don't actually know that's a really nice car, and they've had a look at it and I've said, oh, is everything alright? And I'm not just saying I'm making it up. I only had it about 5 minutes ago while I'm saying it now, but it is a general nice looking car. I'm not a fan of grey cars because grey looks a bit the same old, a bit boring, bland, stealthy, doesn't stand out at all. But if I'm honest with you, it suits it rather well, especially with the nice black alloy wheels it comes with in the ST Line X package. But put your foot down. Yes, it's not a supercar, but in the day it's a family car and it's supposed to be economical as well. And you're not going to get that unless you're not going to get that realistically. And this isn't a supercar. This doesn't do 180 miles an hour, but it can do 60 well and quick, or nippy if you like, and it's an enjoyable ride. Not so enjoyable when you've got some Range Rover in front of you doing about 44 miles per hour and 60. To be fair, the car's in front of him, but even so. Right now I'm achieving 45.4 miles per gallon, which isn't great, it isn't bad. I mean, the car's done just over 2,300 miles now, so it's well bedded in. Have some fun. This car, it's not super quick, but put your foot down on windy roads or even on the straights and it does go. And if you put it in economical mode, there's a lot less oomph until you put your foot down even more and go higher up with the rev range. But at the same time, that's because it's in eco mode. But as a whole, this is a great car for driving as a daily. It's practical, obviously. You've got 5 seats, you've got a nice big boot, a comfortable, enjoyable ride. Another thing I like about the car is the steering wheel is really nice. You've got indents or spots, they're indents on the steering wheel, and 10 to 2 when you're driving is quite a firm ride. You've got a flat bottom edge on the bottom and the top is smooth with red stitching. Very nice and very fancy. What I'm going to do now is test out lane keeping assist. Basically when you turn it on, there's a camera on the windscreen and it can see the white lines along the road, and when the vehicle detects you're going over the white line, it pulls you back in to the lane you're supposed to be in, the lane you're in originally basically. Unless you indicate, the car will pull you back in. So for example, if you indicate and you're going right, it won't pull you back in because it can tell that you want to move lane. If you don't indicate, it will then think you're going off the lane or outside the lane by accident. Now 55 miles an hour, right? I'm at the steering wheel B. You see the steering wheel's pulling me back, and I've now got a red light saying that I was off to the white lines. Now I've got a green light with a car with the white green lines inside saying I'm well inside the zone. If I now force it quite a bit to the right, pull me even more out. Eventually when you keep doing it, it will come up the sign saying keep hands on the steering wheel. They should be, but I'm trying to demonstrate how well the system works. So I'm going to do it more, a bit more aggressive. It works pretty well. I've driven the Astra, and that pulls it a bit more aggressively, which is fair enough. But both of them work really well, all the time working. The only thing I would say is if the white lines are faded on the road, it struggles a bit more and has a bit more hesitance and doesn't always kick in.
Now let's find out what my granddad thinks of it.
So I'm now on my way to get my groceries at Tesco's, Mr. Tesco's. I'm driving this Ford Focus here today. Let's see what it's like. The driving license on. Start engine. It's ready, steady, go. Safety, movement, manoeuvre. I forgot how it goes. And I'm on my way to Tesco's to see how this thing parks. A few things I love about this car. Oh, it's a Focus, that was it. Is that it's got BBC Radio 2. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. 4 gears, I think. What was that say? 6. I'm going to use up to 4. So I'm now at the shop, and I'm then going to use the car parking feature, whatever you call it, I forgot what you're calling it, to park the car. So I can't find any spaces yet, and I can see loads, but on the idea of the show off what this thing can do. Okay, press the button. That one. Today would be nice. Space found, stop. Okay, stop. Let it park itself. I'm a bit worried about it, really. I'll close my eyes. I can't do that, it's going to be scary, that is scary. So when we just drive, put your trolley right in front of me when I'm trying to park the car. Although I'm actually parking the car because the car's parking itself. Parking the car. Look at this, perfect. I can now do my grocery shopping. stop, the reverse. He normally does it first time. Okay, and I got the finished flag. I can now do my weekly shop. Well within the white lines. And there's a lady over there looking at me as a 20-year-old dressed up as an old guy. Currently in the Tesco's car park. To be seen, not to be seen, whatever you want to call it. I'm forgetting my words, so I'm getting too old. Now it's time to drive away. There are a few features in this car that are really good. For instance, you open these rear doors and you get these protectors that come out which stop you denting other people at your own door. Simple and a good idea.
If you have an Android or Apple phone, you can download the Ford Pass app, which is a mobile Ford, and allows you to lock and unlock your vehicle, even if you're miles away from the car. And it gives a notification when the doors are locked or unlocked at the top of the screen. You can also see the fuel level, so you can see how many miles you have left in the tank, see the vehicle's location, check the tyre pressures, and go on the vehicle's hotspot. You can also see when the vehicle's service is next due. If your vehicle is automatic, you can start the engine. Under the bonnet is a 1.5 Eco Blue turbocharged 4-cylinder diesel engine, which produces 120 brake horsepower. The vehicle is only available in front-wheel drive, and has 4 petrol engines available, and 3 other diesel engines available as well.
There are a few bad points to this car, however. For instance, you come to the back of the door and you open it and it instantly whacks in the chest. If you're a small person, you're going to pass out. There's an indent to the body here and there's an edge to the window frame. And the practicality, when opening and closing the door, it just doesn't work. When you're driving on the road, you put the music up loud. It does go loud, but it then faces the back. There's no sound at the front, it goes to the back of the car. And you then turn it down again, and eventually that comes to the front like it is now. Although people could say stand to music, but no matter what song you put it on, it travels to the back of the car, and then it goes back to the front of the car when it turn it down. Without safety related, or because there's a problem with the system, or because of the settings, let me know in the comments. One of the worst things for me is not having the actual handbrake. This is electronic brake, so it means you can't do any handbrake turns.
Which I will now demonstrate. Yep, that's it. Another problem, which is probably just on this Focus, is the F letter on the Focus is wonky. It's hard to see, but once you've seen it, you can't unsee it, and it really does bug me.
What I say about this car is if anyone wants to steal it, it's going to be hard, unless they've stolen it before, which will be easy. But if you've got keyless start, find the start button, it's like, you know, where's the button?
Which can be a good thing, and here's why. While I was filming, some mad person tried to steal the car.
Wait, get out! Scramble! So, the idea is, this is a review I'm doing of a family car. Well, today I brought my family along with me, wife here, kids in the back, and I thought I'd show you what I think of it. That way you know that it's a good family car. If it is or not, I don't know, I'm about to find out. This is my wife. I don't know what her name is yet. So on a little trip outing out as a family. What could be better? I haven't let my wife drive the car yet. Probably best not to, if you know what I mean. But to be fair, this is a good car. This is a great car for a family. It's got wireless charging, it's got Wi-Fi, it's got Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, it's got DAB, it's got Bluetooth, it's got all the general things a more modern family car has got. And I know you could say, oh yeah, I prefer a Mercedes-Benz or I prefer an Audi. At the end of the day, it's a personal preference. This car is, I'd say, it's more within budget, the price range. It's about £26,000, but it's in the day, it's a top spec. It's got the function you need. It's got a sat nav. It's got a nice 8-inch touchscreen. In the day, this is supposed to be a family car. A family car is supposed to be an enjoyable ride. It's supposed to be smooth. You're supposed to enjoy it, and it's not supposed to be cramped. This is spacious. The kids in the back are all plenty of room. There's no, you know, how long till we get there, or are we nearly there yet, or oh, I want to get out of the car, when can we next stop? They're enjoying the ride, the kids are enjoying the ride, and the wife isn't saying much yet, but not to worry. I don't know why I'm not worried. So what do you think of the ride so far? I think she's a bit angry at me because I didn't do the ironing last night. So I'm now about 5-10 minutes into my journey. Kids still ain't complaining. Don't know why that is. No idea. This has got heated seats, which are now turned on, so she's got a nice warm bum, she loves. So it's quite getting warm now, it's quite stuffy in the car. This car does have aircon and the windows do go down, but I prefer the safer option, just to get the wife happy. They say happy wife, happy life, so I'm now going to pull over and do what I'm going to do to a bit of suntan lotion on her. There you go, she's all happy now. Sun's getting my eyes now. This car does come with sun visors, but I'm not going to worry about that because I've got something else in mind. I always take care of my wife. That's better, isn't it, dear? Is that okay? Yeah, it is. That's better, isn't it? And of course, for me, the driver, safety at its finest. Who needs sun visors when you can have sunglasses? Now enjoy the rest of our journey to wherever that may be. So the wife's getting, she's enjoying it, isn't she? Look at her face glow. Oh, bless her. You enjoying it? Yeah, she is. So we have almost arrived at our destination. The kids in the back have been absolutely fine, haven't said a word for some reason. It's just a nice, in general, ride. It's smooth. There's nothing bad about it, I would say. What bad? Do you like it? I'm losing the plot with her.
So at the end of the day, it's a Focus, a family car, right? Well, it's practical, it's reliable and affordable. It has 5 doors and you can buy an estate version with even more boot room for even bigger fridges. It's easy to drive and park. Even my granddad likes it, and he complains about most things. It's fun to drive, it's reliable, and it looks good. It has a few small issues, but so does any car. Put against its rivals, the Volkswagen Golf, Mazda 3, Seat Leon, and the Honda Civic, the Skoda Octavia, the Vauxhall Astra, which I have driven, and I must say, the Focus is my choice. Why is that, you might ask? Because it puts a smile on my face when I drive it.